title is not clickbait. It's regret. Hiya! Yes, I drew all over my arm, and no, I don't care to hear about the ink poisoning. I really don't care. But if you're curious, this is for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to. Not sponsored. It's freaking amazing. You need to see it, okay? Like, you don't even need to read the book. Just see the movie. But if you're interested, this is what the book looks like. Go get it. Okay, and this arm art is for the twins, which don't really make an appearance in the book, but yeah, I love doing stuff like that, so. And this is them from the movie. If you watch the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It really comes as a shocker at the end. I already filmed this video once, but in it I was just like, bleh. So I'm gonna refilm it because I don't want a video on my channel that I'm gonna take long to edit anyway to be awful. You know, because like I take my sweet time, it might as well be good. Ish. But what's funny is I had drawn in my arm in the other recording. I'll insert a clip right here. This is arm art for Enoch. The last one I did, I think Jacob or Miss Peregrine. And so I have a problem. But this video today is a story time, and I realized that I really liked telling them after I told my paranormal story time. Oh, and by the way, I'm alive and well. Nothing has happened after that. Thank goodness, I'm not dead. Although I do hope that's not provoking it. But after that, I realized that I really like telling stories. And I love watching story time videos anyway on YouTube, like Tana Mojo, Loey Lane. Like I said in that video, I love those YouTubers so much. And so like, why don't I tell a story time? Because I have a lot of regret. And that seems to be an ongoing pattern with these story time videos. So let me just get into the story. This happened around maybe 11 or 12. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that because it happened quite a long time ago. That's why I can laugh at it now. And at that particular time, I had found a website called IMVU. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like the adult version of Movie Star Planet. If you don't know what that is, I can't help you. Okay, so it's basically you have a character and you customize them and then you buy them things and then you customize that and you buy them a house and you customize that. You know, build your own world kind of thing. Well, the difference between Movie Star Planet and IMVU was IMVU had way more adult content in it than Movie Star Planet. And the obvious reason why is because it's not aimed towards kids, but I didn't get that through my head. Ow, I just twisted my wrist. Ow. Got it. So this game had a lot of adult content on it. And so yes, I do this pose a lot. It's my Haley regret face, you know, like, why would you do this? At that point, I was in my I am lonely and I want to feel not so lonely kind of phase. I mean, I didn't do what you all thought. Stop it. You're nasty. But no, I spent my time on the internet looking up videos on The Sims. Not even real videos. I didn't know what porn was. No, I looked up Sims videos. And I was particularly interested in the woohoo section. First of all, like, that's already embarrassing. But, like, you're searching for videos that aren't real. Like, are you okay? I was not. But because The Sims is not as whatever happens as porn is, I had thought for the longest time that girls got pregnant by making out with guys. Like, making out. Just making out. How is that? Like, if I could write a letter to my past self, it would be like, are you okay? Do you need help? Although my past self was super insecure. I mean, now everything's changed. But at least I can admit it now, you know? But anyway, yes, that was my phase. That was my extremely lonely phase. Oh my god, I'm gonna die alone. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something that I probably shouldn't say, but when I was younger, I did not look up porn or anything. Like, I knew what it was, but, like, I didn't want to see it. Even if I really wanted to know what, like, sex was, I didn't look it up because I thought that it was bad and that, like, everyone would judge me for it. Like, have you met your friends, Haley? They can't judge me because I got so much dirt on them. Ooh, girl. No, but like seriously, that is why I strayed so long from that. Like, I did not actually look up actual porn from like Pornhub until like not even a year ago. Like, that's how bad it was. I mean, I'm not like a sex addict. I was more like, this is bad. This is bad. So I'm not gonna do it, but I did it because shut up, Haley. But yeah, while I was in that I'm really lonely, I'm gonna die alone phase, I made an account on IMVU, which has a lot of adult content, which I don't know if I knew that or not. I probably did, but I wasn't prepared for it. And I believe the first character that I made on that website was called Neon Glitter Tear. It could have been Neon Yellow Tear, Neon Glitter Tear, you know, something like that, along those lines. Neon Yellow was like everything to me, which it really wasn't at that time, which I don't know why. It was my favorite color because like I never wore it. I never really liked the way it looked. It just was loud. Like me, oh my god, we had so much in common. I'm just making excuses for my stupidity. I forgot the password to my first account and made a second account which had blonde hair. She was one of the characters that had like an enlarged head option, but the age, oh the age. Everyone knows on websites that require an age, they won't let you do anything unless you're over 18. But what did I do? Was it A, put my actual birth date, B, calculate the year that I would have to be born in to be 18 today, or C, completely go ham with everything? If you guess C, you're correct. And you know me too well. So it ended up being like my character was like 86 years old, because they show the age on the profiles. I didn't know that, so. And you also get, I think, 500 credits, which is the currency in that game, to spend when you first log in. It can change how your character looks. So I decided to go with the blonde hair, blue eyes, a really, really short skirt that should have shorts under them because they look like underwear. No shoes, and along with what I bought at the store full of adult content that should not be in the eyes of a 12-year-old, you had an option to tape your boobs, because I was just like, hell yeah! I was a hoe, what can I say? I was a granny hoe at 86 years old on my biography, oh my god. And you can also go in chat rooms too, but where did I go? The strip club. And on IMVU, they have a lot of bubbles that you can click on to make your character go to certain places, do certain actions. It's really cool. Until a 12-year-old clicks on a strip pole and starts stripping for a crowd, and it's just like, what are you doing with your life? I'm an 86-year-old stripper grandma. What do you do with your life? Cure cancer? Okay, bye. There was no one in this chat room, so like I was just like, until a guy logged into the chat room. Yay! No. At first I was just like, whatever. Until he clicked on one of the bubbles that brought him right next to my strip pole, and I was just like, back up, mate. But like I kept going because like whatever, I was 12. I had no sense of right or wrong. And so the guy started talking to me. I have hair in my face. Get away. I have static electricity and it's driving me insane. And so the guy started talking to me and I was just like, oh, regret. And so then he hit me with a, hey baby. No, I'm 12. Or 86, however you see it. Like as soon as he said that and his bubble popped up above his head, I have never clicked on a chat room exit so fast in my life. But like after I was just like I didn't know what to think of the entire thing. But what did I do? Did I A, log out, B, delete my character, or C, keep doing what I'm not supposed to? If you guess C, you'll be darn right. But yeah, I went into another chat room. And this went on for like an entire summer, basically. Until I went to what I didn't know what it was, but it said lesbian guest chat room or something like that. Along those lines, it had lesbian in it and maybe strip club. But I went to that chat room thinking, oh my gosh, what is lesbian? So I started talking to these lesbians, not knowing what the hell I was doing, despite the fact I didn't even know what a lesbian was. I just thought they were prostitutes. That is what I used to think lesbians were. You can quote me on that. Thank goodness I'm not as stupid as I used to be. I am still stupid, but not as stupid. And yet I started talking to the lesbians, and they talked to me, and I was just like, what do I do? Because one of them said, like, I love your top, and it was like one of the tops that you'd get whenever you like log in because it's free, and I was cheap, and I only had like 500 credits, and I'm not gonna spend money on more. What are you talking? You're insane. In that lesbian chat room, there was a shower. You want to know what you could do in the shower? I'm not gonna say. You can guess. I accidentally clicked on one of the bubbles in the shower, and there was a guy in there. I don't know what he was doing in the lesbian chat room. And so like my character was becoming intimate with like a stranger character, and I clicked out of the chat room in case you were wondering. What did I do after that? Was it A, stop playing IMVU? Hell no. Was it B, actually do something productive? Hell no. Or was it C, keep doing what I'm not supposed to do? See again, it's right, good job. I actually went to another lesbian chat room. No wonder I'm gay. You all saw that coming. I'm not even going to apologize because you should know me by now that those jokes are always here. But like seriously, maybe that's why I'm so confused now. I'm just kidding. I think. I am literally like Dan Howell, except I'm not gay, I think. You know, you get it, yeah. So I went to another lesbian chat room, and this time, my mom caught me. And my laptop was facing her direction, because like, this is the wall where my bed would be up against, and my laptop would be right here, and the door is over there. So like, she could totally see what was on my screen. And I, no joke, did a 180. I kid you not, that is exactly what I did. No wonder I got in trouble. If I'm guilty, you can see it on my face, like totally. I stopped making jokes and I'm just like, oh shoot. This was the moment Haley knew she'd screwed up. Her mom was just like, what are you doing? And like she said it really, really seriously because like, my mom makes jokes all the time. But if she says, what are you doing? In that tone, you got a lot coming to you. I like tried my best to log out, but I didn't do it. So she looked at my screen and was just like, lesbians, chat room, strip club. I'm still laughing at that to this day. It's so funny because now, I also think back then my mom was a lot more stressed because she was going through the divorce and it just made everything more difficult on her and she just felt like she was doing everything wrong, and to find that your kid is finding out what sex is at like 12, like, hi mom, love you, sorry, I'm trash. She even gets mad at me for saying that. She's like, you are not trash, and I'm like, but yeah, I got my laptop taken away from me for like a year until I could get my grades back up, which were pretty bad, so like it took a lot of work, and eventually I did get it back. But when I did, she had set up a program that I could not use the original server. You can create multiple servers on this laptop. It was like a really big, heavy HP laptop. Like, it wasn't a laptop. I couldn't put it on my lap. It would crush it. And she had set it up to where I could not get on the main server. I had to go on my own server. What did I do? I created my own freaking password for it. There's no point in password protecting your stuff from your family, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to be like, you're hiding something, what's your password? And they are going to guilt trip you until you give them that password. So it's just not worth it. And whenever I logged into my server, I found that IMVU was restricted. It had a firewall on it. My mom had installed a ton of software to protect me from sites like that. And back then I didn't know about like private browsing at all. That was new to me. I had recently just found out about it, so like, cut me some slack. Actually, ow, I just hit my head. You're stupid. Actually, you shouldn't cut me slack because I am stupid, as you just saw. And then I stopped playing IMVU until my mom got a new laptop. And what did I do? I downloaded the frickin' program again and did what I was not supposed to do again. This time I was a lot less of a hoe, but this time around that I made my character, I made her with the age of 48. You're 12. Shut up. I mean, it's a lot better than 86, but like 48, really? Because a lot of people use this site as a dating website, and if they're going for a 48-year-old and you're 12? And what happened? Exactly that. I don't even need to say anything about that. Like, you guys can judge me now. So I was in a grotto chat room. I actually really remember it. I don't know why. It had like fireflies all around it, really pretty bushes everywhere, and caves. So I went to that one and I met someone, and we actually talked for a very long time because he saw my bio and it said that I was an artist, and he said, oh, I love art. Like, what do you do for a living? And I was just like, I'm an artist. Because even though it said I was 48, I was in fact 12, and 12-year-olds don't know about jobs yet. And his character was pretty tall. Like, I was like here, and he was like here. And that was when I left the chat room. But about maybe 5 minutes later, he invited me into another chat room. It was a private chat room, and it was actually like a very small gazebo type thing. Like, it wasn't a gazebo. Shut up, Haley. It was all enclosed, but it was like in an octagonal room. That's why I thought of gazebo. I don't know. But it was like very romantic, kind of like it had orange lights, and at first I was just like, wow, this is really pretty, but like, why am I here? And so he starts talking to me again, and he called me mama. Sorry, I'm 12. I'm not into that. Call me daddy. Like, he was like, hey mama, what are you doing? And that's how I imagine he talked, because he just seemed really chill, just by the way his character looked. And at the time he started talking to me, I realized the time on my computer, it was 1 a.m. And so I just started freaking out, like, oh my gosh, I need to go to sleep, like now. But I didn't know how to end the conversation because he was like talking about like, what career do you have? I'm 12! Oh, I forgot to mention that I had agreed to be this guy's girlfriend for like a day. No, but like, seriously, that was the beginning and the end of a relationship. When you're dating me, I broke up with my last boyfriend over text. And so at that time, I was like reconsidering the relationship because like, he's probably actually 48, or he could have not been. He could have been 12 like me. I respect that. I mean, I'm not one to judge, especially when I've done the same stupid thing. But to end the conversation, do you want to know what I said? Keep in mind, this was the time where I thought cursing was cool, and if you didn't curse, what were you doing? So, you want to know what I said as a 48-year-old woman? Oh, it's 1 a.m. I gotta get to sleep or my mom's gonna kill me. What 48-year-old has to be in bed by a certain time? I'd like to know. I'd really like to know. Haley. And so I logged out. And after that, I never saw him again. He actually unfriended me. I mean, I wouldn't blame him. Like, I would do that to me too, but like, come on. We can work this out. Not really. And in case you're wondering, I actually do still play IMVU, although I'm not a hoe anymore. My character now is actually a lot more fleshed out than the other ones because I actually remember the information used to log in, and I don't just use it to be a hoe. And I actually put my real age in it. Imagine that! And I met a lot of people that I really liked because I went to the places that actually interested me instead of just spark, you want to be a hoe in me, you know? Like, oh, that sounded really bad. You know what I mean? You're nasty! I'm nasty because I said it. But like now, I met this girl and we were talking on this like fantasy beach. It was so pretty. And she was on this boat and she had like a mermaid tail and I said, oh my gosh, I love mermaids. Oh my gosh.
I'd like to add that on my search for mermaid tails from IMVU, I found this picture. Do you even meme?
And so we talked for a long time, and somehow we got on the topic of YouTubers, and I talked about PewDiePie, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love PewDiePie! And so we became friends. That was also my, oh my gosh, PewDiePie is amazing phase, you know? And we actually ended up doing a roleplay, which I think it was a PewDiePie roleplay. PewDiePie and Marcy, I believe. All I remember is that it was my first roleplay, and I was shaking because I'd never done a roleplay before, and I thought I was gonna mess up. And I did, because when it was my turn to speak, I clicked out of the chat room and logged out because I was so scared of messing up that I messed up everything. So like, this is my laptop for y'all who didn't know. Look how huge this thing is. Like, oh my god. I haven't gone on IMVU in such a long time because my profile like still says I'm single, so shout out to Reese. I have to update it. Excuse me. But like, look at my freaking desktop. You can tell it's mine because there's garbage all over it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Just as slow as I remembered it. The one thing I hate about HP laptops like this is they're slow AF. And then the start of everything. Alice in Wonderland. Yes, please. Oh, I found a picture of Marcia. I remember when I first drew this one, it was crap. I'm so much better now. If I find a picture of the one that I drew now, I'll put it up here.
I couldn't find the exact first picture I drew of Marcia, but I did find one that was just as awful. Compare it to what I can do now, and you're like, okay.
Finally! Oh my gosh, there's my character, Neon Peacocks. Let's go back to my profile. I have a lot of stuff. See, like I said, this is a lot more fleshed out than my other characters because I was just being a hoe, but now I actually care. Oh, and there's my mermaid tail. Yeah. I'm gonna try and make my first character that I did on here because I didn't actually buy anything except the tape boobs, but let's try and make her a hoe. Oh, and if you didn't know, the feet on this game, if you don't wear shoes, are freaking huge. I don't know why. I thought that was cute. That's not cute, okay? Like, even people with big feet don't have feet that big and monstrous. I think I did have shoes on. I may have had these boots on. I'm not exactly sure. There we go. Those blue eyes that are so generic because you get them at the start of the game. What did I have for hair? I think it may have been this. Nope, because that looks awful. Oh, I think it was this. I think it was this. Yeah. I look like Lizzie McGuire. Adding to the fact that this game just has a lot of adult content, like, look at that. Like, I could easily be a prostitute. I'm gonna go to the store and find those tape boobs to recreate the look that I had. Waiting. 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 Still waiting. Still waiting.
2,000 years later.
And here we are at the tape boobs. Do I have to censor this? Probably. Still loading. Still loading. Still loading. It's still loading. Wow. So, I mean, like, in conclusion, don't ever play this game with anything other than a Mac because it just will not take this bullshit. You hear that growling and rumbling in the background? That's this old laptop making that sound because it's overheating for me playing it not even 10 minutes. Like, are you okay? And here we have it. The hoe I used to be.
Now you're just the hoe that I used to know.
Oh my gosh, this is rated a general audience. General audience. I am a stripper grandma. Now, wow, wow. Why did you do this, Haley? I've had that song stuck in my head like all day. Skybreaker by Razihel or whatever, but oh my god, I love it. I don't know why. I don't even like dubstep that much. This is who I am now. I like it. Oh god. I should change my bio from single to in a relationship. Notice how I did not change my orientation to straight from questioning. It's still questioning. That's it. In conclusion, I was a hoe, and I'm not now, so, I mean, I'm still a hoe, but, like, I'm not a single hoe. Shout out to Reese, you put up with this. But, yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and if you like all of my videos, then subscribe. I will see you again. Bye! My hair is a mess, like me. It's me!